Audible, abundant, adorn, aristocrat, anticipate, Andy. Those are 6 A words, but they're not the 6 A's of PBL, and that's what we're talking about today. We are in the middle of a series called the 6 A's of PBL, and today we're looking at active exploration. Welcome to PBL Simplified for Teachers, where we explore your PBL need-to-knows so that we can help you with the PBL process in your classroom. Active exploration. The difference between passive and active is the difference between apathetic and engaged. The difference between compliant and empowered. Active exploration is a game changer. The difference is night and day. You can go study bald eagles, or you can go on a PBL journey to save bald eagles. There's a huge difference in that. You're still going to read books. You're still going to look at life cycles. You're still going to study what's it mean to be a good citizen. But then you're going to create passionate presentations that you give out to the community on Eagle Day. And when you do that, it completely changes your first grade experience. Just imagine experiencing that as a first grader. What's the rest of your educational career look like? It sounds awesome. The example is down in the description in one of our podcasts where we interviewed teachers from Babcock Ranch Neighborhood School in Florida. They created this scenario where first graders did just that. They did all these things to not just study bald eagles, but to save bald eagles. They went from a passive learning environment to actively moving out into the community. As we discussed in the Academic Rigor PBL Simplified video, the power standards are there for a reason. Like, we generally agree that those are the things kids need to learn to actively pursue their next adventure out in the real world after they're with us. And the same is true for these first graders at Babcock Ranch. They were looking at these power standards, and the life cycle can be difficult for a first grader, or what does it mean to be a citizen? Those can be difficult concepts to wrap your head around unless you're really just trying to save bald eagles. If you say, hey, first graders, bald eagles are in trouble, do you want to save them? Yeah, of course we do. How do we do that? And then we start to stair-step through, like, you need to know the life cycle so that you can explain it to the community so they understand how they need to change their behavior to save these bald eagles. Are you guys in? Yeah, of course they're in. And they're excited about it, and they're engaged, and they're active. As we start exploring actively, we're taking all these concepts and ideas, many of which are Googleable at this point, and we're putting emotional handles on there for learners so that they can now take all this seemingly random information and see how they can use it to change the world and change their environment. Those are really important pieces and skills and structures for kids to learn, so then they can do that again in another environment. How do I take the knowledge that's around me and then use it purposefully? For instance, let's look at a high school example. Say you're looking at a senior cornerstone project. Hey, seniors, look back at the last 4 years. Tell us what you've learned. Like, just too much. Unless they can go through and start to pick up the patterns that they've used, and now they're going to springboard off of those to go out in the community and make a difference. They might organize STEM talks for women. They might institute a new disc golf course. They might organize a 5K for a local nonprofit. They might create brand new picnic tables for the local park. But then they're going to explain how that project out in the community has really been a culminating activity of everything they've done in high school. That's awesome, right? And that's for learners that, like, the full scale, and I've witnessed them, of, our high flyers that know how to get all the points, and then those kids that aren't necessarily good at school. I watched both sides of that spectrum present on these senior capstone projects from our demonstration site in Columbus, Indiana. It'll be linked in the description so that you can check it out. And it's amazing to watch these learners dissect and reflect on what it is they've done. And a key piece that you could miss here in the active exploration is what we're really getting at is we're building curiosity and wonder. The educational buzzword would be inquiry, but it's so much more than questions. It's this idea of, I want to learn something in the world so I can make a difference. Seth Godin says that you can't be angry and curious at the same time. We want kids to be in this situation where they start to see all these different possibilities in the world. I love curiosity, and I call it the what if pathway. What if I really can make a difference in the world? What if I ask for help? What if that person that I'm arguing with does have a good point? What if I need to see the world in a different way? What if I need a different system? What if, and we build curiosity. What if I can help in this situation? And now we're starting to give them structures because they're actively applying the knowledge and these nuggets that we're giving them that, again, are Googleable. The part that's not Googleable is how do you put them together and make a difference in the world? That's what PBL does for us. That's where it gives us the structure, and that's when things start to get really, really exciting. So that's number 2 in the 6 A's of project-based learning, active exploration. And we're going to continue this series, so make sure that you stay tuned for those. And as we get to the end of the video, I want to give a quick shout out to Attaboy, who does the music at the front end and back end of each video. They do a great assembly for your school, whether it's in person or virtual. There's details down in the description. Until then, make sure that you stay tuned in so you can engage your learners, tackle boredom, and transform your classroom.